Hey guys, and welcome to the Mysteries of Selindor, episode 145. I am your GM Gagnor, and today we delve deeper into the Undying Pyre. But what did we do last week, Seti?
Oh boy, last week I had my notes up. Where'd they go? They literally disappeared. Okay, let me reopen them. Last week we did some puzzles and we got some loot, and that's it.
Good recap, babe. Really hit all the key points. So,
Yeah.
with that, having completed 2 or 3 puzzles, if you consider the entrance its own version of a puzzle or trial, the team has somehow proven their fire, proven their wits, and also proven their luck. As you reside within the area in which you have proven your wits, the statues that are remaining, as one has been pushed into the lava, seem to continue to blaze in the color which you most recently affected them, or the intensity of the flame, as Primus has on his statue. That said, the door and the way forward has opened up for you. You can see that the heat has once again dissipated and is being channeled directly into the keystone that separates the center of the double doors. With that, is up to you if you wish to reside here for some time, or if you want to move on to the next floor.
Who's feeling like they could use a short rest?
I'm fine.
Grim has used some spells, bigger spells. If we
Big
want to
ones?
fight, I've used some big ones. If we want to fight something big,
Do we
strong,
have
it might.
time for a long rest?
A long rest would only take an hour. I do have a significant amount of stuff used.
I cannot turn into a big flame thing again unless I rest.
Clearly looks over at you and he's like, he just kind of nods in approval with your new fracture, and then Zone is like, oh yeah, I don't know about you folks, but it usually takes me longer than an hour to take a nap, yeah?
I can make it go fast.
She looks at you. She's like, y'all's been dealing them fractures again, yeah? Right then, if we're taking a nap, I'm ready for it. It's hot here. It's a very bad time to be a rock.
Why don't I make a tiny hut so we're all comfortable?
I don't think you need to do that.
No?
You don't. Dropsy's thing makes it,
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know what your shit does.
yeah.
I barely know what my shit does.
So would you like to describe what Bropsy does in the space? Like, how would you like to set it up? Like, the area you're doing it in? Like,
I'm getting harassed by a cat, but yes. Well, are we established that we do need to do that? I do have some bigger spells, so I don't have to.
that's entirely up to you guys.
I think all of
Sonya's
our
ready for a nap.
spellcasters could use it, so.
Looking at my
say
spells,
no.
I actually have spells. It's the breath slots and my wild shape that I used up.
Wild
Which are
shapes
both
are
very
quite nice.
useful.
I mean,
Okay.
my spell slots feel awfully empty.
Oh no, Minions out of
Okay.
spells, guys. We have to.
Well, in that case, I find a spot, I kneel down, I start waving my arms, and the area starts becoming a much milder temperature. Plants start growing somehow through cracks in the floor, and big leaf chairs and beds and comfy things and bushes of berries and fruits and various
As she
vegetarian
begins
foods.
just sort of like gesturing out, and you can feel like this warm, light energy pouring out from her that's making these things spring up from between the stones, displacing them as little as possible to create these forms. You can see a sort of pulsing shell of light that seems to come off from her as well, making the entire area feel isolated from the heat that you were originally feeling. And you feel at peace here. You feel all of your worries kind of slip away. Any aggression you were feeling or hatred towards anybody that might have been caught or in the back of your mind, thoughts about revenge all slip away.
Rude.
Yes, I think you're not charmed. I think that
Okay.
really matters for us, but
Susanna's like, well then, so got an hour. See you guys on the flip side. She just collapses onto one of the things and is just out like a light. So you can return her hit points to full or anything she might have used. I don't think she really used anything, but she is at full. Cleary is also going to say, I know that we do have a bunch of new items and all that, so perhaps I could use this time to work on them, correct?
You may as well before you take a quick nap.
I take out like the belt and the bracelet or necklace or whatever it was, and like just dropping a
Remember
bunch of
which
random.
ones I grabbed. If I grabbed the brooch, I know I'll put that in or whatever else I grabbed.
I have the whole
Okay.
list.
Let's see here. Identify. Choose one object. So it's casting time of 1 minute using spell slots or 10 minutes using ritual. That said, I could use my feature to accelerate. So during this time of 1 hour, I can identify 7 items. How many do we have?
Well, you
We
could just
have-
use spell slots, couldn't you? Won't they come back after the long rest?
I'm playing it so that any spell slots used during this location are not returned. They are spent as if the long rest is. So you can't abuse spells in this space and just cast 100 spells to get rid of them all and then get them immediately back. So any spells spent within this area are consumed after the long rest.
I mean, the only spell we would ever do that would be identify.
It's true. He's like, I suppose I don't necessarily need my lower arcana. Probably won't use that for anything incredibly useful, except for
hang
the
on,
shield spell.
We've got 11 items. We don't need to,
I could spend 4 spell slots and we could take care of it.
We have
you
12
wish.
items.
Didn't we
Okay,
miss?
one item could be taken care of via the head,
Oh.
and we could get them all. But I would no longer have first level spell slots, which I'm fine with going into anything in the future. I've got quite the number. If you look, 3, 3, 3, 3,
Look,
1, 1, 1.
Save your
like
spell
15
slots because
spells
we
left.
don't know what we're coming up against, and sometimes the first level slot can come in clutch. So don't worry about it. That's like what shield is a first level spell. That could save your
But we
life.
compromise. I'll spend 2 of my first level spell slots on it.
All right, if you have to.
No.
But these
Well, I think-
these can be identified at any time.
Oh, fair enough. Okay, so with that, which 9 would you like to identify?
I definitely
Sorry.
know what to.
10.
I definitely want to know what the fuck this worm sitting on the book is.
Okay, so Theory spends some time with it, and he goes, "Very well. If this is the most important one."
Yes.
Okay, so he uses his class feature to accelerate his ritual spell. So he uses his awakened ritual spells and uses that his once per long rest to shorten the casting time to 1 minute instead of 10. And then he will gesture over the bookworm and he says, "Oh, not incredibly. Well, it makes you a bit better at Arcana. It's not particularly special in any particular way. I do sense that there is a bit of a drawback to this. But I suppose you wouldn't actually know what it was until you started using it. It requires no attunement. Simply holding it in your hand activates it as long as you are intending to use it.
All right, let's test it out. And I grab it, and I'm holding it, and I'm like, Clary, ask me a question about the Arcana stuff that might be a little bit above my pay grade.
What is the arcane rune used in a non-net formula for time travel magic, also known as Dunamitsi Prime?
I'm thinking really hard.
Make an Arcana check with advantage.
11.
Yeah. You understood like half the words he said.
Yeah, I think
You did it better than you would have
overestimate-
normally.
you overestimate my intelligence.
However, as you look about the space, you notice that your vision beyond 30 feet is blurry.
Oh. I thought
Too
so hard my
nearsighted.
eyes broke.
So, as you put the bookworm down, you notice you're still nearsighted.
Robsy, my eyes are broken. What do you know about eyes? Should I be worried? It's like I've got something in them, like when you wake up from sleep and they're all foggy.
Grim's asleep.
Robsy's
Rob's
asleep.
asleep.
I should be
Robsy's
asleep
muted.
too, actually. Maybe I'll sleep it off. I'll sleep it off. It's fine.
See if you
I'll
can take it off.
Sorry, I was running back from the kitchen. I was making my food. Then my dad started talking to me. And I used the bee of greater restoration.
Are you still attuned to the necklace of prayer beads?
Took it off because I thought it didn't need to be attuned anymore.
Yeah, I think I told you. I think
think
you told her at one point she didn't have to attune to it anymore.
I think you replaced that with the new staff.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I didn't tell anybody they
It
didn't
might
need
have
to
been
be attuned to it.
There might have been a different conversation. I'm
Someone told me that.
I think we had I think when we were
That's what we
about
gave up to
switching
give
with
you the
the-
staff.
Okay.
with the cherished. figure,
You
yeah,
can still
that's
you
what-
can still spend a spell slot to do it though.
Or you can just
I
wait
have
till the
that
long
one
rest
prepared.
is done and see if it goes away on
Let's
its
see
own.
if she
I'll
still
sleep
needs
it
it.
off.
All right, so you're gonna sleep off your
Now
nearsightedness,
you know what it's like to be a bird.
like
What
most
if it's
people
permanent if you rest, though?
Then, oh well.
It would be a very specific condition.
do.
You sleep with this,
All
you
right.
will become
What
permanent.
would you like to identify next? You guys still have like 9 left, I think. I think I said no. You have 8 left.
Well, since Cleary's doing it, how about the painting supplies?
Yeah, definitely the panic.
Claire's like, oh yes, I've been looking forward to these myself. So he begins to identify them, and he's like, oh, okay. Apparently they make you slightly better at painting. Also they make you give you some sort of intelligent edge. It seems. Let me try. He picks up the brush and he holds it and begins to and takes crumples and begins to set up to paint. And then you see he freezes for a moment and looks at the brush, and looks back at the paint supplies, and looks back at the brush, and then he looks back at the painting and he takes it to the paper and he goes. And he sets it down and he looks over at Seti and you can see his eyes are slightly watering. He says, I don't like them.
You okay? What? Why?
I believe they are cursed. There is a very rude man telling me that I'm holding my brush wrong.
Said he's looking around like I don't see a rude man. Other than Mint
He
here.
just gestures towards the brush and just sort of steps to the side.
Well, you're a perfectly good painter without them.
No, he was gesturing for you to try
Oh.
them out.
Are you kidding? I lost my eyes. I don't want to touch any more shit.
He says, no, it stopped when I put the brush down. This doesn't seem to be, based on what I've seen,
I pick up the brush and I try to
What
makes
crummy
them art
little
really
fingers
fast.
you have! It looks like you haven't washed these in a fortnight. If that, you filthy, filthy creature.
I prestidigitate regularly. Actually, way more often than any of my compatriots. You're super rude, and nobody cares what you think, and you suck.
So she starts yelling this at the brush, and then the brush goes, can certainly spit tongue, but can you paint? Why don't we try a bit of the ochre there? It's a very good color, very
I start
light
painting.
and
I'm
airy.
a very stupid brush. I'm so dumb. This brush is the worst.
Pedestrian, you misspelled at least one of these words.
That was on purpose because you're so stupid you can't even spell.
Your artistic abilities are as dry as your wit.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you because I can't hear dumb people.
Well,
Oh,
clearly
no.
you can, because you're responding. Can you hear yourself?
No. Shut
I
up.
thought
And I
not.
throw it.
The brush safely bounces into an area and doesn't touch the lava because of the effects of the aggression. As you go to throw it, you watch as you begin to throw, and you just kind of set it down gently.
That brush sucks.
Cleary says, "Well, I don't know whose practical joke it was to put something so vile inside of art supplies, but I will
It
keep them
seems like,
nonetheless."
I mean, I know we've only looked at 2 of them, but I'm getting the feeling that these aren't actually that useful.
Yes, I may or may not spend spell slots depending on what the next one is. Some of them may have value. Next.
I wrote a list down in Discord. I don't know if that's what we want. I just was floating ideas. But like definitely the ruby, and we already did the bookworm and the paint supplies. The stone with the emeralds, the brooch, the pendant, one of the bracelets, the shield, and then one more, maybe like the butcher's knife or
Speaking of which, I will go ahead and put down. I should have just been doing this the whole time. Post what these actually do for you. So first one's first. Totem of the bookworm.
Oh, I made tea. Where is it? That is going to be way overstepped by now.
We've got the painting supplies of the critic. Oh, I forgot to put the other bit in there.
are you guys cool with the ones I named? And then we'll just pick one of the ones that I haven't named.
Yeah, whatever.
The ones that are left are the butcher's knife, the belt, one of the bracelets, and the iron ring. So of those, which one sounds the most interesting? We're already doing one of the bracelets. So between iron ring, belt, and butcher's knife, what sounds the most interesting?
Belt, maybe? In case it's a good one?
Yeah, maybe.
Or the
Let's say
ring?
belt or iron ring, because butcher's knife just seems
All
like
right,
the
did
one
you
we're
guys
least likely
see
to
the
use.
ruby?
Yeah, ruby for sure. Ruby, the stone emblem, the brooch, the pendant, shield.
I'm just going to give this to you as is and let you guys think what you can from it. Clary says, "This one is dangerous. I'm not sure exactly what will happen, but it appears that the number on it is of significance."
I'm not touching anything dangerous. I'm trying to nap.
That sounds fun. That's one to give to Mitnir for sure.
When the I'm worried about what happens when it reaches 0.
No, it's just it's kind of fun to think about.
Next.
Next would be what? The emerald, the stone bird, the stone emblem with the emeralds.
If that works for you guys. It says, actually, this one is particularly useful and doesn't require attunement. Just be careful in your applications.
Oh, that's cool. And then the brooch.
The brooch?
Yeah.
Brooch. Ooh, that's a good one. This is... Right. I do believe we're going to spend these spell slots, because after reading this one, I think we might actually have a few hits on our hands. Fortunately, this
stone
one
is
does
pretty
require
cool.
attunement.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's good for someone who doesn't have those saving throws for sure.
yeah, that's big.
Would that be like that one actually might be like a Mitnir one. Pendant.
All right,
Also,
so how
who do
many have
we
we done so
want?
far?
Who on our
5?
team do we
4?
least want to get
We've done
charmed or
4.
frightened?
Well, that was the 5th one.
That was the 5th one?
Yeah.
What's the ATN at the end
1,
of that
2,
name?
3, 4,
Attunement.
5. Yeah,
Oh, attunement.
attunement. Yeah, if it has ATN or ATTN, those both mean attunement.
Especially because it has immunities and saving throws.
That's really good. It's a good item.
Yeah, that's a good one.
These were all randomly rolled, by the way.
I'd say the shield after the pendant.
You said pendant next? Do you guys all agree to this?
Sure.
Sure.
Okay. He goes, interesting. It's quite powerful, but overusing it could take a toll on you.
Use your reaction to take the same action again. But if you do that again before taking a long rest, you gain a level of exhaustion for each use after the first.
Well, that's
And then
still
roll a
really
d20
cool, though.
each time it's used for some fun, mysterious effect, apparently.
Cool. And then the shield.
Says, oh, interesting. Unfortunately, it's not the best shield I've ever seen, magically speaking, but it is an incredibly interesting item.
That's interesting.
If you're going into a place where thunder damage is happening a lot.
The shut up shield.
Shut up, just shut up, shut up.
Oh, but you could have somebody else throw some thunder damage your way just so you can do that.
Well, if you think about the effect of the silence spell as well.
I don't think you need to take
those
thunder
two
damage to use the silence. Yeah.
Right. I was reading it like it was one event, but apparently
No, the other one is as a
that's two different
reaction, you
things.
can do thunder damage. As an action, you can do a 7.5-foot radius sphere, which is to say all of the squares around you are considered silenced within the area of silence.
Very good for sneaking too.
So you know,
Okay.
the silence spell does dictate that anything within the area of silence is immune to thunder damage.
Yes.
So we have 2 more. So did you want to do what? One of the bracelets, or did you want to do iron ring and the belt? Or butcher's knife and the belt? Or
Let's
one
do
of the bracelets?
let's do bracelet and iron ring. That's my vote.
Which bracelet?
Well, what
Or we
do
do
they
both
look
bracelets so that we don't have to keep them separate.
You could do that. So one bracelet appears to have it almost looks like the Shakespearean kind of theatrical masks, but there's more than one of them, and they're arranged around the band with different expressions. That's one of them. The other one appears to be a sort of brilliant gemstone of amber tied into like a gold twisting knotted bracelet with a bunch of other sort of like burning amber gemstones. They look similar to the gemstones that you're seeing around this place.
Definitely check
Wanna
that
do-
one out.
Let's do that one. And then I don't know if we need to do this mask.
Cleary finishes identifying this next one, and you can see like the light gleaming in his eyes, the reflection of like as if he's like seeing some magic, and you can see it rolling across. You can just see amber in his eyes for a moment, and he goes, "Okay, well, let the conversation for who this will belong to begin."
All right, Band of Destiny. While wearing this bracelet, you're immune to any spell, curse, or effect that would alter your form, age, maximum hit points, or ability scores, and you have a +1 bonus to your AC. Use an action to absorb the item's power, permanently destroying the item and doubling all of your ability scores for 1 minute. Okay.
I don't think you guys understand how good hit point maximum and ability score
Yeah, no,
is.
like,
You
that
are
would have
immune
saved
to
my
feeble
ass in
mind.
that fight with the Death Beholder Ray thingies in Char's
You are
fucking
immune to
place.
feeble mind. You are immune to vampires' ability to reduce your maximum hit points with their necrotic damage. You are immune to a lot of really powerful stuff with this.
Yeah,
And also, it's a one-time turn you into Superman.
for 1 minute.
For 1 minute, imagine Mitnir with 50 strength.
Imagine what I could accomplish with 48 charisma for 1 minute.
52 wisdom.
Cleary's just walking by while she has 48 charisma and his clothes just fall off. And he's like, oh, stumbles to the ground, starts shaking.
With
Turns into
48
an episode
charisma,
of-
I could
It turns into an episode of Food Wars.
I could end war.
Exactly.
We could have world peace.
Can you do that in 1 minute?
If I get into the I've
You go
got to
into-
work
you go
on
into
my
the
broadcasting ability.
You go
A
into the
lot of
council chamber.
intelligence.
Council chamber and just broadcast it to all of the planes.
Yeah.
She just says, guys, let's be friends. And they say, yes.
Not bad pitch.
Okay, so what's the last one? We have the bracelet.
What's the last one? Are you doing the other
Bracelet.
bracelet?
No, we have the bracelet, belt, butcher's knife, and the
I
iron.
say,
Wait,
yeah,
how
do
many?
the iron ring.
How many did we do? We did 1, 2,
You said iron ring, Beelan?
3, 4,
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8. We've done 8. So 8. That means we've used 1 of Cleary's spell slots so far.
If Beelan says iron ring, he hasn't said one, and I'm fine with iron ring. I'm good with that.
That's my vote too.
Okay, so
If
we'll
we're doing another
do.
one.
Need to eat 1 of Cleary's spell slots. Does somebody want to use the? He'll use the head. He'll use the. Well, somebody else would need to do it because time. Somebody would need to like temporarily attune to the head and then reattune to the other thing, which you can do in an hour. So somebody, you can use the head. That'll be 1. So you guys want that to be the ring?
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's fine. I have it, so I'll tune to it and then reattune to whatever.
Gotcha. Let me go find that one.
Me and the
there
head
it
have
is.
been chilling for a while, so.
This is actually anyone could read this. They could wear this, but I think probably either Mitnir or Orin or Seti, since they do the most melee fighting.
Definitely do the least out of the 3 of us. Advantage on saving throws against spells and magical effects. When you take damage that would reduce you to 0, you can use your reaction to make 1 weapon attack before going unconscious. Good.
Nice. And it's not attunement.
It's not attunement.
That's really good.
However, you can still only wear 1 ring per hand.
Give it to Orin because he goes unconscious a lot.
He
Yeah, that's
hasn't since he got the new
definitely-
body.
That's not
That's
going to stop
true.
me from going unconscious. I'm just going to get
mean,
to hit
yeah,
something
You
before
get a
I
last
go.
hit in though. That's really good.
I'd say definitely ornament here.
It's a little
Yeah.
fuck you before I pass it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mitnir usually has more problems with saving throws.
All right, so Cleary says, I will use one more slot. What do we have? Which one is it going to be? There's only a few we won't be able to actually mess with during this time, but choose wisely, I suppose.
Belt?
The bracelet, belt, or butcher's knife. We want the belt?
I said belt or bracelet.
Belt.
Either one.
Belt probably has the most generic possible use effect.
Which one would you guys like to? Which one
Belt
would
and,
you guys like
and
to do?
it's probably, in generic, means it could probably be used by most people, right? Yeah.
Belt, I
Yeah,
think.
let's
Okay,
find
go with belt. He says, so this is the belt of keeping your pants up.
out.
Just kidding.
Bracelet's probably really cool, but it's probably the most specific use. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there you go. It's cool.
While wearing this belt, you have advantage on survival checks, and your walking speed is increased by 10. Not bad for a belt.
Pretty good belt.
Oh, and it's
Yeah,
not a
pretty good
tune?
belt.
It's not a tune.
Yeah.
It's just a belt.
Anybody need
Who
a
wants
belt?
to be faster?
All
Is
of
there
these
any
items, as you look
rule-
over them, though, are very well
for
cared
anyone.
for.
Yeah.
And they seem to be like molded from almost all of them from like the same sort of metal. They seem to be like a sort of like either goldish or dark metal, and seem to have like very well adorned. Seems like somebody spent a lot of time on them. The bookworm definitely seems like it was kind of just shaped together and lightly enchanted. But yeah, these are interesting items. The more you look at them, several of them are in fact, as you can tell, cursed. But they're all very, lighthearted curses.
Not life-threatening curses.
It's a Belt of the Wanderer. That's definitely for anyone other than Orin. He doesn't need to move any faster.
Yeah, I already have
You guys watch
65 movement.
Orin start walking, and then the next thing you know, like you turn around and he's off in the horizon, still walking.
I'm the Flash now.
Yeah.
So
Can you wear more than one belt?
No. It is understood in Dungeons and Dragons that you can only wear the number of items that make sense for what you're doing.
But what if it's aesthetic? Or
I was gonna say, depending on your aesthetic, you could wear
choker?
belts like all over
what
the
if I have
place.
a really long torso though?
If the belt doesn't hold up your pants, or
What if
Well,
I wear
it's not
pants on
how
top
mini
of pants?
belted.
I've got 2 pairs of pants on.
you get
One
one
for
belt
each
and
leg.
one belt only.
Wait, I got
okay.
it. You throw a belt over each shoulder, you now have suspenders.
Ah.
It is holding your pants up. Well, but you have to alter the belt though. Okay. Seriously though, Mitnir, what's your movement like? And like, do you have stuff that makes you faster?
I like my belt.
You like your belt. Okay. Because generally, the
You
people that are
already
doing
have
the
a
most
belt?
melee, you want them to have the most movement. He's got a good belt.
I don't have a belt, but I already have a lot of movement. I mean, I'll
Yeah.
take more.
I mean, I've got 30
Who does
feet,
the
but I can
most
Misty
survival
step if I
checks?
have to.
Like whoever does your survival checks could get advantage on survival checks. That wouldn't be bad. And anybody can use plus 10 movement speed when it comes to walking.
We do
Like-
like healers could benefit from having extra movement speed because if you need to cure wounds people, you got to get to them.
And it like this is just your DM talking, but it might be best on Grim because
I have a 15 survival.
at least Bropsy can fly. Which
Bropsy
is
already
faster
has a
than
belt.
walking.
Fine, and I have a belt that gives me 2 con, so I kind of need that.
I don't have
Yeah.
a belt. And I have a plus 15 survival.
So advantage on plus 15 survival is pretty.
We're never going to die.
He'll find all the mushrooms.
Yeah.
I will find so
It just really
mushrooms.
helps with like navigating like natural terrain. Finding.
Oh yeah, belt goes to Grim. Easy.
This one isn't a. This
No
one isn't
attunement.
one. It's a custom thing.
No, I haven't made these items. I was waiting to see what you guys would actually bother wearing before I make them, because it's a lot of items.
Yeah, Grim will wear that though.
Mhm.
Anyways, as you guys have received all these items, takes the full hour for Cleary to both identify and explain them to you. He has spent his 2 spell slots to get the additional ones out. During this time, you watch as the plants begin to slowly wither from the heat, and as the rest of the effects of the spell close in and they dissipate to become ash on the ground, you all receive the benefits of a long rest. Any spells that were used during this time, you may check off now, which is just Cleary. And as you guys remain on the floor of Fire for a Kingdom, you can feel a sort of impatience in the air as the heat rushes back in, much stronger. And you're not sure if it's simply because of the end of Propsy's effect that the fire feels so uncomfortable now, like the overall heat of the room, or if the heat's been building this whole time and finally having access to it again, it's just much hotter than it was before. But there's this feeling of impatience overall in the air as soon as the spell drops. What do you guys like to do?
Good question.
Let's get up.
Oops. Oops. Yeah, onward, I guess. How was my vision? Do I feel better after I rested?
Mm-mm.
Oh, my eyes are still blurry.
Wait,
From a distance.
you said
How
that
many
someone
fingers?
You said someone could attune to a different item and then reattune to their first thing during that time.
Sure.
If that was an option, I would have done that.
Okay.
Do the beads and then the restoration.
Yeah,
and
you
then
can use it during
go back.
times like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just, yeah, just you
I
have to
can
make
see
sure there's
again!
Okay, so you wouldn't have, you no longer have the information though, since you're retconning that as to whether or not after a long night's rest it cures the sleep, because you would not have time to then.
Because if she did that, yeah, I wouldn't
yeah.
have been awake. Yeah, fair enough.
You wouldn't-
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So with that, as you guys, I guess, begin descending the stairs, or are you gonna?
I mean, there's nothing else left here, right?
You can certainly investigate, look around if you want. But like I said, the heat is a bit uncomfortable. Not to the point where making you make Constitution checks unless you were prone to heat stroke. I'd be making me make Constitution saving throws. But it's pretty unbearably hot. I'd say it's like maybe like 110 degrees in here.
The floor is turning into lava.
Well, the floor, other than where you're standing, is lava. But it's like 10 feet down, so it's not too bad.
Let's go. This is
Okay.
cool.
Well, not everybody has agreed, but I'm getting a vibe that everybody's ready to move forward. So let's move forward.
The mushrooms are getting toasty.
Yeah, you guys could sort of smell a bit of umami in the air. Roasted mushrooms. And with that, I will go ahead. If everybody will start moving yourselves down to the bottom, we will.
No, the south side.
I moved the NPCs, and we will move on to the next floor. You find yourselves in a small enclosed room. Looking ahead of you, you can see something that appears to be some sort of magical archway. There's no heat in the space in which you're currently sitting, but beyond that, you see fire and lava melting between a sort of caged walkway. On the very far side of the walkway, in the far distance, you can make out the gates to move forward. Along the pathway itself, you see 2 heavy iron gates within this caged walkway. Zanya takes a look and goes, "Fuck this."
Great. I got perception check, I guess, right? Try and look, see what we got in there.
Making a perception check. Go for it.
First, I'm gonna cast my foresight. Feather at things.
I think we need a bird back if she wouldn't be the fire elemental anymore.
Nah, it's only a
Oh,
23. That's less than my passive perception.
I mean, I could revive.
I mean, you might not need it right
I'm a
away.
bird for now. I'm a bird for now. It was a joke.
Can we see anything else in there, or we?
I will say that at this point, this room is cool, but you did find your breath feeling uncomfortable back there. So I will say after your quote unquote long rest, currently you guys do not feel as if you are under the effects of the fire breathing potion anymore.
We gotta drink the other half of that.
So if you want to drink the second half of that,
Yeah, definitely.
Gulp.
Yeah, starting to suffocate would be a good indication it's time to chug.
it's the effects of the long rest ended it early.
Yeah, fair
Can
enough.
we see these things on the sides? Or no? You got muted or something.
Still muted.
You're still muted.
Did it come unplugged? Like,
Don't know what happened. There we go.
What now?
yep,
Had to
muted.
relaunch NVIDIA broadcast.
Mm.
Fucking stupid.
Yeah.
From where you're standing, you can't make out all of the architecture beyond the hallway. You can sort of make out that there are certainly pillars in the lava that seem to contain some kind of mechanisms. And you can see that there is a steady stream of like white hot flames pouring out of these center platform ones. Those you can make out. Any other fine details you can't. However, Orin, you can see most of the structure if you're still wearing those glasses.
Yep.
So you should be able to see the entire room sort of as we see it. Because those walls are not anything special. And even if they were, you'd still be able to see through them in general.
Okay, so like looking at these pillars with the blue dots, what am I seeing?
They appear to be some sort of arcane crystals housed in some sort of mechanical accoutrement. You could make a Arcana check to sort of suss that out if you wish.
Sure.
So at these like points were in the middle here where there's like the four little dotted things on each side, are those the gates you were talking about?
Those are the gates, yep.
24.
With the 24, you're not sure for their exact nature, but they seem to be some sort of maybe like a field emitting device. Sort of like a transmitter for arcane energy.
Hmm.
Oh, we have a fire elemental just chilling over here. Hello. Put that on the GM there. Oh, I need a new Bropsy, don't I?
Yes, please. I would like to exist.
I don't know what I did with your old Bropsy, so I'm just going to make you a new one. Anybody got anything?
I mean, it can't be that bad. You're just gonna like step in.
Hey.
As you step in, Mitnir, you feel fire pouring all around you. An immense heat. Like you probably haven't felt before, except for moments when you've been hit by blasts of magical fire or you've actually touched lava. This is about as hot as it gets. And as you step into this area, you feel for a second like, oh, sure, I've got Surtur, this great sword. I'm going to be fine. However, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw because this fire is hitting you hard.
Oh, my computer is so laggy for the web pages right now. $19.
With a 19, you are still going to take full fire damage.
Is that somehow bypassing the immunity to fire damage?
Sure is. Give me a second. I need to find the shapes. They all look wrong. Here we go. Nope, that's one too many.
Round 1, 2, 3, 4.
You take 26 points of fire damage on
And then
entering it.
He'll
This
turn
is-
around.
This is difficult terrain as well. As you step in, you feel this immense heat. You immediately step back out, and you guys watch as like the singes on his body immediately go out. And then you feel the voice of Surtur behind you saying, "Brave of you. Unfortunately, even I cannot resist my master's flames."
Literally like steam coming off. I'm just like, okay. I know what it feels like
7.
when we cook dinner.
Oh god.
I will put the mushroom on everybody. Everybody has a mushroom.
Is this hallway like sealed off, like walls and roof and everything, or?
Yes, you're completely enclosed within the box that you're in. There's no windows or anything like that. It's just a box. However, you can see the rest when you either step into the hallway or with your goggles, you can see everything.
Okay.
Your shade, sorry.
The hallway has a roof and everything, though? Like,
it has a caged-in roof, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Whatever the metal it's made out of seems strong enough to withstand the heat of everything else as well.
Probably just as hot outside.
And it's merely inches from the lava.
And then the 2 gates are closed.
2 gates are completely closed and sealed. They do not appear to have any sort of keyholes or anything of the like.
Do we want to try to all fly through there?
Like a gauntlet, just go fast. I mean,
You're only going to
There's-
get to the first gate, and then what are you going to do?
there's other stuff in there that could
In that
be-
middle section between the gates, there's like 2 flame turrets going off.
I don't like it, and I don't know what to do about it.
It's got to be
I need to get a
something
pillow
with
so I can
these,
sit up.
something with those arcane crystals, possibly.
Oh, shit! I'm a bad DM. The second you guys hit this floor, the voice comes, and you hear, "Prove your determination."
Okay. Well,
Sorry, I forgot about that.
So being immune doesn't help, right? So we got to. So no point worrying about that. But no.
I will say, even with your immunity, you did seem like maybe you didn't take as much fire damage as you could have. You did seem to resist it a bit.
so
That doesn't help us that have no immunity or resistance.
trying to get a feeling for how big this room is.
Whatever the measuring tool is how far it is.
Yeah. So I'm
But
thinking,
feel free to try
like,
things.
well, like if flames are coming out of the floor or off to the sides, like what is this gauntlet?
There's lava mere inches away
Okay.
from the bottom of this grated metal walkway,
Mm-hmm.
and there's fire from the heat of it burning against the metal.
So I could try to use Wall of Force to make like a bridge, basically, where we can run across it, because nothing can pass through Wall of Force. And it would be 10 feet wide and 100 feet long. I don't know if it would just bounce us off because it's a Wall of Force. But I'm thinking heat wouldn't be able to pass through from below at least. Or I could put one up to the side to block one of the flame turrets. But the other side would still be exposed, and so would the feet. I could also maybe try to just dimension door. I can only take one of you. But I could do it a couple of times if that's our best option. Just try to go straight to the other side.
That really wouldn't prove any determination, though, would it?
I mean, I'm determined not to get burned alive.
Yes. This is true.
You don't have to suffer to be determined. You just have to do something.
Well, there has to be something with those other 4 pillars, the arcane crystals.
Probably.
They wouldn't just be there for decoration.
Unless they're just making sure we can't escape, or they're keeping these barriers in place or something.
Can... I want to pick up the critical paintbrush. I don't know if Cleary has it or if I have it.
Mm-hmm.
If we just put everything back in the bag of holding, but I want to take out the critical paintbrush.
And you hear, "Oh, it's you again."
Shut up, I'm thinking! And I want to see if I can glean any information about those pillars and stuff. If there's any like sigil. It's like an investigation check, but without actually touching anything. Only with my eyes. Which I guess is
Okay, make an
I don't know.
investigation check.
We're guided.
She should already have advantage because she's using the...
Well, so yeah, does the paintbrush apply for just straight intelligence checks or anything intelligence related?
any intelligence-based skill check.
Okay, I was expecting an intelligence check, so I was not trying to gain my... all right, that's a 31.
With the 31, you're staring at it, you're like, what are those things? And he says, pathetic. Doesn't even see the anti-magic field surrounding this area.
Oh, yeah. I'm always looking for magic. I'm never looking for the lack of magic.
Yes, if it weren't for those there archways, we'd all be cinders right now. Pathetic. Anyways, are you going to paint, or are you just going to waste my time?
Just wasting your time. And I put them back.
You!
Okay, so no magic inside. It's those things. I'm assuming the blue ones. They form an anti-magic field in the center.
What you know is that there's an anti-magic field beyond that gate, is what he said.
So
Okay.
we're just gonna have to run, open the gate, run, open the next gate, and then run.
While getting burninated.
Well,
So
don't
we
think too
can't-
hard about that part.
So we know can't cast any spells past the gate.
No spells, so you have to use your non-spell stuff. I wonder. Well, first of all, can I give everybody a bardic inspiration who doesn't already have one?
Zanya's looking around and she's like, damn, I don't want to go in that hallway, not even a little bit. I'm actually really regretting coming with you guys now that I think about it.
You're
Anyways, what do you
welcome to
expect this
stay
is
here.
for?
This is like a normal Tuesday.
She says, anyways, what do you expect this is for? And you see she's holding a keystone in her hand.
What? Where'd you get that? What? In the last room that we
And
did
she
check?
just pointed and then she says, sitting right there on that bench.
Oh.
So I guess
Okay.
we got to take that and put it in the.
Is looking back into the room, is there like an obvious place for it to go?
It's the same doors as every
Just-
other one at the very far
So the
end of the hallway.
far end.
Far end, yeah. Okay, well, we got to get us into the thing without using magic and dying on the
Well,
way.
do we think those gates will open if we just push them open?
Hmm.
That's what I'm wondering.
Do-
If I need to lockpick every goddamn thing.
Do they look like hinges or do they look like, portcullis?
Make me an intelligence check.
Here, hold the painter.
Hold the what? And has a paintbrush in his hand. So what is this? Just
You're holding the paintbrush. She says,
Yeah.
"Oh, Sally, grimy. Do
This
you
is-
wash?"
advantage.
Yeah, it's with advantage.
Okay. They're both 15s, so 15.
Looking around the space, it's like you're looking at it. You're like, it's really hard to tell. You're like, do they connect? Do they connect? He says, obviously they're connected. You have to break them down, idiot.
And I don't need to wash because it's hot enough in here to burn everything off. Tosses the brush back to Seti.
He says, yes, you should probably. And as he lands in your
boy.
hands, Fitty, fucking reptile.
He's just straight back in the bag. Yeah, so...
We. Hmm.
Hmm.
I'm guessing no lock to pick, Seti.
Well, sure, but if we have to barrel through it, that's pretty much just like all on like you and Orin because
Sonya and
well,
Mithner in the
okay, yeah,
front.
yeah, for sure. Maybe Bropsy can fly.
Mhm.
I'm gonna try shooting 2 radiant sunbolts at the first gate.
As you fire the 2 radiant sunbursts at the first gate, what's the range?
30 feet.
Wait, where's my thing? Where's the... Oh, there it is. 34.8 feet, eh? As you fire the radiant bolt forward into the fire, you watch as it continues and then dissipates right before touching the metal.
Because that's where the anti-magic field starts.
Because that's not considered a magical effect. That's like natural.
Oh,
It's not
Ran out of range, but that was
Okay.
not a spell, so anti-magic field wouldn't affect it.
I'm assuming if I throw an Eldritch Blast through, it stops at the little bubble.
You can certainly try.
Is it going to hurt? I mean, most anti-magic fields, they don't punish the person. They just
Just
fizzle out the
cancels the
magic.
spell out.
So
You'll never know until you try.
I'm going
Yes.
to try sending an Eldritch Blast through.
Yeah, you fire an Eldritch Blast, and the second it hits the archway, it dissipates. Just becomes... It breaks down into particles of magic that just fizzle out on the door.
Okay, well, all I can offer for this, because I have nothing else to work with in terms of my abilities, that are all I can do is maybe give everybody an inspiration to go in with. I'm assuming the inspiration doesn't go away if I give it to you before you go in.
Could
I don't.
we?
That's not a magic thing. I don't think it would.
Yeah, like I'm giving you all a pep talk right now, and then you're going to feel good for the next, however long until you fail at something.
Or could you break the crystals?
We can't. I can't get to them.
Just imitate you throwing sun bolts, like.
As we get out there, just start throwing bolts at the crystals.
Through the grated walls, maybe? I don't know. But then I'm standing there in the fire, not making any progress.
Well, run as you do it.
Just dodge the heat. I'm sure you can do it with your monk stuff, right?
I think the idea is to bash through the 2 gates and make it to the other side. Without using magic.
Considering his words, unfortunately, that might be the case. He said, prove your determination. Should just be prove your stupidity.
I mean, yeah, like magic is just like Mitnir has muscles and we have magic. It's the same thing. Only ours is better.
I'm examining the barrier just to see if it if I can tell with the Arcana to see if it seems to be specific spell schools or if it's all all magic.
Grim, which mushroom
if
did
I
you
could
put on us?
discern.
Make an Arcana check.
It's a 28.
With 28, from your knowledge of anti-magic and the sort of feeling you're getting just looking at this barrier and the energy beyond it, it's all magic.
Okay. You know if it was all magic or just offensive magic or protected magic or.
So if we go through and you chug a healing potion, the healing potion's not going to work either.
You know that all magical items become mundane with an anti-magic field.
Right. But I'm is it just become a watery liquid that doesn't do anything, or is it the magic has already been used and that's already what it does, so it still heals you?
What to say?
There's only one way
It's
to find out.
probably do a whole lot, yeah.
But then, by the same principle, could I polymorph into something that is better at withstanding fire? No, because if I go in, I turn back into myself. You're muted, babe.
The only way to find out is to try.
Polymorph is magic. Transmutation magic, though.
Yeah.
You would turn back. You could probably shape change. But you are not, a wild shape, but you are not.
Wild shape would probably work,
Mhm.
yeah. That's an intrinsic ability.
It's an intrinsic ability that is acquired via your magical path as a druid and your closeness to nature.
Mother for me, because I don't have an
I'm-
elemental shape anyway.
I'm not 100% sure how it would work. Somebody would have to go look that up for me, wild shape versus anti-magic.
I think wild shape would be okay. But
I mean, my magic worked in the astral sea, wasn't it, when I couldn't cast spells?
You were being sourced from your divine aspect. There wasn't a direct anti-magic field. The problem isn't that there's anti-magic in the astral sea. The problem is there's no supply from your usual source. You're cut off via the phlogiston.
Yeah, so
Okay.
wild shape does have the word magically in its description, so it would be suspended in an anti-magic field, according to one
There
of
you
the
have
people
it.
that designed 5e.
There you have it.
All right, well, I have literally nothing except run through and hope for the best, and try not to hurt too much because healing may not be an option.
Well,
Which is-
we at least have breathing spores on this that hopefully should help a little bit. That's about all I can give.
Okay.
Well, this might hurt. So be ready to heal me.
With
I'm
what?
going.
What are
I'm going to
gonna-
fly to the gate and punch it twice,
Well,
and then maybe fly back.
okay.
Okay. I don't know what your movement is.
65
this-
feet. I can go there and back, no problem.
Okay. You are doing it at. It is in fact difficult terrain, as I have said, within the
I'm-
cage.
Even when I'm flying.
Yes. Moving through that level of heat itself is difficult terrain. Because as you begin to it's like, have you ever seen somebody walk through a furnace or like walk, you know what I'm saying? It's so hot that it's like you have to
Yeah.
force yourself through the heat. So it's considered difficult terrain doing it.
You ever seen the second, like the Chronicles of Riddick movie when that guy walks out into the sunlight?
Into the sunlight.
gets
Yeah, it's like
burned up?
that. It's basically like that.
I mean,
Where
he
it's
did
just-
that dramatically. He wasn't trying.
But the fact of the matter is, the pain is so intense it becomes
I mean,
difficult.
that
terrain.
was a lot, probably a little bit hotter, but
And the
still.
force of the heat itself. Like you just imagine the force coming off of all this heat.
Well, regardless,
Like the
I can still
excited
make it to the
particles.
gate.
Yeah. I'm just making sure that I'm just informing you that it is difficult terrain. So you have that information because Mitnir figured that out when he entered that it was difficult terrain. So just so you know.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
So I'm going to the gate. I'm going to hit it twice.
All right, flies to the gate, bursts through the heat. You can see like his wings immediately catch flames, and his skin appears to just be sort of like bubbling strangely, and like that same sort of effect when you put like paint and hit it with too much heat, how it starts to bubble.
Okay. He's shiny.
You see that happening to his skin, but it seems to be holding together.
Jesus.
As you go
Is this what they
ahead,
talk about when they talk about
make your
burning
attack
them?
roll. Go ahead and make your attack rolls.
think so.
So, or my magic items don't work right now, right?
Yep.
Your magic items do not work. Correct.
Okay, so I gotta turn off my fancy wraps, so I don't get the +3 that they provide. So that'll be 17 to hit
Hits.
for 8 damage. Natural
Okay.
20 for 11 damage.
Oof.
Did a whole 19 damage.
Bars dent slightly. They seem affected.
And then as a bonus action, I'll just use a key point and step the wind and move back out.
Okay. You are still going to take the damage from entering on your turn for the first time. I just wanted to do the other stuff first, let you get your stuff out of the way. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
24.
That is a success, so you will take half the half damage.
If you had something like a magic effect
Oops, that's not what I meant to do.
passing through, would like your momentum? So like I've got the ring of jumping, not currently attuned, but like if I were to jump before passing through, would I get my full jump distance?
So you're
'Cause
gonna
I would
take
already be
45 points of
jumping.
fire damage, Orin.
Good
How
question.
many?
45 points of fire damage.
And then halved, or?
No, you're gonna take 45 points of fire damage. I
So
rolled
that's
really
the
low on
half-
Mitnir's.
That's the
That's
halved
already
amount?
halved. Yep.
Jesus.
Okay. So,
That's concerning.
So I'm just wondering if I could do that and just cannonball myself then.
As soon as you pass this glowy barrier here, all magic is nullified.
Right. But the
Yes.
jump, I have jumped prior to going through, so do
He's
I get
already
the
off the
triple
ground.
jump
He's already-
distance?
Yes, but your
Oh.
jump is being powered
You-
by
you needed
magic,
to get
so
The force of the jump, I would say, would still be there. However, you would still be facing the force of the fire. So
Doesn't matter
Consider
if
the
you
difficult
walk or
terrain in your
jump.
leap.
Well, so difficult terrain is what, half movement?
Half movement. So
Half-
whatever you
okay.
could jump for your maximum jump on like a super jump spell,
Mhm.
have that distance as well, because you're moving through you're jumping through a difficult substance that is this fire, like you're jumping through fire basically.
Yeah, right. I was just curious if I took the time and made myself into just a
It's basically
cannonball.
underwater rules.
Yeah, it's like one of underwater rules, but it's a sea of flames. So yes, you could give yourself enough propulsion to get like a super jump, but then apply, yeah,
Right. Just reduce the movement of the super jump.
because the force would slow you
Gotcha.
down.
I was
And
just
you wouldn't have
I was
anything
just kind of
magically
thinking here,
propelling
yeah.
you continuously,
Right.
like what Beelan was saying. The magic of
Right.
that would teeter out.
Seti,
Okay.
Seti, do you have your feast?
My what?
Your feast.
I have no idea what you're saying.
You know the feast that you make, where you make a bunch of food.
Oh, the feast. The bag of bounty? Yeah.
You know, could you do that? But just, I think we're very hungry for just a bunch of water.
I
And the
don't
ice.
know that. Okay, I'll try. I don't. Let me.
Okay.
Would that not also fizzle out?
It is magically conjured food.
Well, let's see.
Do we not have regular water? Do we have regular water on us?
As far as I'm aware, none of you guys have like none of you ever say that you pick anything up. I'll throw that out there to begin with. That doesn't mean I'm
I
going to
have
punish you and
water.
say you don't have the most basic stuff. You probably have a water skin, but you're probably not carrying like
We're
a
not carrying
barrel
gallons.
of water.
Like Grim has
That-
like normal water that he carries.
Yeah,
because,
you have like water skin water.
Yeah, but like I just didn't know if we had like regular water.
All right, so I'm going
but
to.
unless somebody says I pick up a 16 barrels, like Selindor barrels of drinking water and put them in the bag of holding, you don't have like large excessive amounts of it.
Yeah, I feel like we would all have like a canteen or something.
Just
Yeah.
single serving size kind of stuff.
Okay, well that could still possibly work.
I don't know what you're trying to do, but here's what I'll attempt. With my bag of bounty, I will attempt to create a wealthy, like summer's sort of like, oh my god, it's so hot outside, I need refreshments.
Like
And
lemonades.
just iced, all kinds of stuff.
Sure,
Like
yeah.
popsicles.
Well, do you?
Like I said,
have
the
you
room you're
ever-
currently in is tepid. Like there's no heat whatsoever in this room. It's like a normal room temperature. So all that
So-
sits pretty okay.
Grim,
Nothing melts.
You know, Grim does lots of science things, not like the Tinker science that.
Well, it
appears
appears we
biology.
have
But you know,
our.
when you have a wet hand, stick a wet hand in fire.
It doesn't.
Fine.
So you just want us to get all covered in ice water and see how much time it will buy us.
It gives you a couple seconds.
I think it will turn into steam almost immediately, but
Not immediately, but it's called what's it called?
In that heat,
What
it's
is it
probably
called?
going to be immediately.
You can stick your hand in lava for a second.
No, not for a second. For a fraction of a second.
For a fraction of a second, yeah. For a second, you could, you could stick your
well,
hand in.
we
molten
have a
steel
ton
for
of
a second.
lemonade, so
But it could give you, a little bit of a second. This is, when people go into burning buildings, they still pour water on themselves, give themselves a second.
And that
Could help a
fire's
little.
nowhere near as hot as this fire.
That's true. But
well, it won't
they
hurt to
could
try,
certainly
right?
with a shot.
So
Just looking
it
for
looks like we
something
just
that's
gotta
not-
go straight at this. Let's get the heavy hitters in the front. You all go out there, try to knock that thing down, and then the rest of us will come running when it falls because we don't have the hit points.
That's only the first gate. We still have to take up the second gate. None of you should move until both gates are down.
Okay.
Otherwise, you're going to be sitting there in the fire melting while the second
Okay.
gate gets taken out.
Fair enough. I mean, depending on how long it takes us to run, the second gate might be done by the time we get there.
Orin, can you
If we're just staying in the
Okay.
fire the whole time, beating on it.
can you carry me to the gate? Can you get there quickly enough?
I think movement's happening
if
again
I-
if he's carrying you.
If I did that, I
There
would
it
have
is.
to use my bonus action additional move just to get there with you.
Maybe just to get to the second gate then.
I can't even get to the second gate without using additional movement.
No, I mean, if we go to the first gate and break it,
Let's call
so
that a
we could
round.
get, to get to the second gate, we need to do it faster.
And it would be
We'll
nice if
take-
we had
We need to
movement left
waste
over to
spells,
get
by the way.
safe.
By the time
We're gonna take way
the-
more damage at the second gate because we gotta go through those flamethrower things too.
Mm-hmm.
the magic field didn't stop it didn't like end my mushroom, right? It's still active.
Has anybody with a mushroom gone in there?
I
I
did.
gave everybody a mushroom.
Yeah.
You give
let
it
me
after I
read
came
on the
back,
mushroom
though.
real quick.
So I guess it'd be
This is the
Orin.
breathing fungal spore. You have it at
Yeah.
max?
And I just attached one to everyone and activated them.
Yes, it would still technically be working. However, because this is an organic fungus, I don't think it says that they would probably burn pretty quick too. Do you see what I'm saying? There's nothing that says that the fungal growths themselves have any immunity to like the normal things that would kill a spore.
Maybe I'm gonna put them up their butts.
Well, they would have a hard time breathing.
Nobody said their butts can't breathe. No,
I'm talking about the fungal spores have to breathe. I'm just
When
saying
they
that
breathe farts.
I would say that yes, they would work, but they would also be susceptible to the fire damage. You see what I'm saying?
Well, then they
And
need
you
to-
would know that as the person who is the master of fungus. I would say while you're wearing them and they're inactive, they're okay because they're part of your body, and without you dying, your fungals won't die as well. But once they're activated, they're living spore.
Yeah.
They would be susceptible to fire damage.
Then they
What's
need a
that
stat
one
blocker
doing
or
for
something.
us?
I mean, if you want to go ahead, because I haven't been doing it like this. Like I'm not going to say that the same as the. I will say they have a number of hit points equal to your player level multiplied by. No, I don't think you have to multiply it. 14. Let's do it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Since you've got 4, we'll do 4 times your wisdom bonus plus your player level.
4 times my wisdom bonus plus my player level.
Is how many hit points they have.
So they have
And that's
49.
for all your. And that's for all of your fungals.
49.
That's how much damage they can take before they
Okay.
just.
So
Die.
it didn't take 49, right? It took 45.
45 was half damage. So it would have taken 90.
It would have taken 90 points of fire damage. It just burned right off.
Well, who knows? Let's see what what its saving throw was. Come on, little spore. It rolled an 18.
Yep. that's-
18's real good. It's still posted.
What's that spore do for us?
That one gives you
That's
healing, passive healing.
8
How
hit-
much?
8 hit points per round.
So,
I'll tell you what, it sure heals them real well when they come back, though.
Well, if it's still alive.
No, I'm just saying, like, if you activate it, the ones you already put on, those burned up in the fire.
Well, I only have 8 of them per day. So they're basically gone.
I will say this though, Grim would have known this about his spores. He knows them better than anybody else. So I can let you wreck on that if you want to.
Well, I put Mitnir's on after.
Yeah,
You got
mine
that.
was definitely after.
Okay. So Mitnir's, you'll receive the healing for that. So like out of combat healing, I think it's like a minute. So it's like in combat they're faster, but like you get the HP like a minute. So it's not just like, hey, I'm instantly fully healed. It's like, minute of in-game time, you get the heal. Minute of in-game time, you get the heal. When you're actively doing something, you get the heal every round.
Well, an option would be I sit here, you guys go out and hit it, and then come back and sit next to me. I could passively heal everyone. like,
I mean,
8
I've
ticks
been
at a
sitting
time.
next to you for a while
shared,
here.
with your shared healing, you mean?
Yeah, with the shared heal, I could give half the
Yeah.
healing to someone else every time it ticks.
Just keep sending Orin out there in one round bursts until he gets through the first gate.
That doesn't seem very. I'm not worried about the first gate,
He's done
It's-
19 points of damage to the first gate.
and it looks dented.
Well, yeah, you can see the dent where like his fist like struck
Orin,
enough to
come
like
here.
sort of shift the metal slightly, dent it out of.
So
like,
I'm not really
a
worried
straight
about
line.
the first
Orin.
gate.
Orin, come here.
I'm right next to you, pretty much. What do I need to come?
Good. I'm gonna touch Orin. These will be like, these are gonna be like in his skin anyway, so he should be good until I use them. And I'm gonna put. How many of them do I have? I have 17 of them. And I'm gonna put. I can only activate 2 per round, right?
Whatever they say.
So violets, right? Yeah. So I'm just gonna, because he's only gonna do 1 attack and come back, right? I'm just gonna give him 2 for now. So I'm gonna transfer 2. I'm gonna transfer like 1 to each hand. I'm gonna transfer like 1 violet tendril to each of your hands.
Okay.
They're like in you, so.
But I'm pretty sure like I could break through the first gate. I just wouldn't be able to get to the second gate and to the end, I think, before.
So the next time you'll punch, it'll activate them, and they can hopefully deal extra damage. They're necrotic though, so they probably won't do anything anyway, because it's a gate.
Well,
But
let's
just in
find
case it
out.
helps. Just in case it helps. Be more.
I'm gonna go for another round at the gate.
Okay, you fly in. I'll go ahead and do your damage taken. Go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw. Have you doused yourself in water?
Yeah, let's pour a little water on his canteen.
If you have doused
Mhm.
yourself in water, that will take one person's whole canteen to
Well,
douse him.
I made a whole feast of lemonades
drink
and
the- we can
iced
drink that,
teas.
yeah.
Are you using lemonade from the
That's-
feast?
That stuff is
Let's-
magical. It'll just go poof.
Yeah, let's
I
not use
mean-
that just in case. Let's use like one of our.
I'll just use my
canteens.
water skin.
All right, I'm just
Well,
sitting
you
here
will-
drinking
we'll-
some lemonade.
We'll hydrate. Well, we can
Anybody want an
hydrate
Arnold
with.
Palmer?
We can hydrate with the
Usually.
feast, and we can use the canteens to douse people.
Yeah, the feast will keep you hydrated. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
you're not
using.
going to get a point of exhaustion
water
from that.
Refill
All
the
right, you pour the water skin
canteen
over you.
with
That's going to give you
margarita.
advantage on your Constitution saving throw.
Good thing I rolled advantage. 28.
28. You're taking half damage.
I guess during all this, I'm gonna just take the time and attune to the jump ring.
Oh shit! I'm on the wrong thing. I'm like, where's my dice?
What is the
Takes
bardic
the whole lot.
inspiration?
Is it up to D12? D12, I think. Hang on, let me double check.
You were D10
D12.
before.
D12.
D12. All right, I'm gonna use it on my first
uh,
attack because 13 is pretty low.
Eat
Oh
without
wow,
bothering
3.
out.
So 16 to hit on
Wow.
the first attack.
That was really low. 21 points of fire damage.
Nice.
Way better than the 45 you took last time.
Mm-hmm.
So 16 to hit and 26 to hit.
They both hit. 13.
13?
13
in
and
case.
9, and then whatever his Grimm's thing does.
Just in case my necrotic damage does any damage.
Unfortunately, the
would be-
necrotic damage is unaffected.
Yeah, I didn't think so. But it would be 11 and 9 if they did any damage.
Unfortunately, the iron bars are made of the same material as the boxes and are immune to necrotic damage.
I mean, they're not flesh, so it's hard to necrotize metal.
It's hard to necrotize metal, unfortunately. It was
And
a great thought, though.
This time I'm going to flurry of blows and hit it 2 more times.
Okay, let's look at that.
Grim will just shrug and be like, hey, I tried. Not very useful against metal.
18 and 23 to hit.
They both hit.
Another 9 damage.
Okay.
Another 9 damage.
It's looking pretty worn. Like certainly like less than half of its integrity left.
And then I have to wait till my next turn before I can do anything else.
Okay. So anybody else doing anything? Nope. Start of your turn, make a Constitution saving throw.
All right. That is a natural 1 for a 10.
It was much more relaxing when we just have Aura and do all the work, don't you think?
I mean, yeah. I have like a blue drink with an umbrella.
And if he dies, we just send in the dragon lady next, and then the other
You
dragon.
take 75 points of fire damage.
Jesus Christ.
Yep. R.I.P.
That said, still your turn.
Get back here so we can heal you.
You hit it and quit it.
You guys
Smacking
watch
things.
as he comes out there. You can see the things like try to whip out. They like wrap onto the gate and then they just immediately just burst into flames. Don't seem to have any effect, but he just continues wham, wham, wham. And as he does, you watch as his skin boils. Veteva's nectar starts to steam out from his body. Continue.
Does a
I feel like
13
Veteva's
hit?
nectar that should help actually when it.
The 13 does hit, yes.
Oh, okay.
It's just a door. It's kind of hard to not hit it.
That's another 19 damage total.
Okay, 19 points of damage.
His blood
It's
should
looking real
definitely
warm.
help. That should
Then-
cool him off when it comes out.
I'll have to bonus action Step of the Wind and go back. Oh, wait, I don't
All
need
right.
to do that. I haven't used movement in this round. I can
Yep,
just go
you
back.
can use your regular movement to go back. That is
Okay,
the benefit of
then-
staying through a second round and taking the damage head on.
Instead, I will Flurry of Blows. So key
Okay.
point. Hit it 2 more times.
Kill that door.
Hits.
Oh, yeah, 19 and
Hits.
27. Another 9 damage and 7 damage. So 16 more damage.
It's barely holding itself together. You think that just one little bit more damage and you can force your way through. The bars are bent in such a way where it just might be a little too difficult for some of the larger people to squeeze through the bars properly. You've like bent them out in a proper way. It's just one little bit more and you could pass through safely.
And then I get the fuck out of there.
Okay. So as he comes back, you see his skin begins to bubble and like sort of settle down. And then as you like begin cooling him down, like covering him with ice from the feast, giving him water, things to drink, you can see like steam pouring off of him and his body temperature begins to cool down. Anybody want to heal him?
I cast heal.
Okay. You cast the heal spell. Actually, you don't cast the heal spell because your baby does it first.
Okay.
You watch as a probably about like 8-inch long, small little toothless looking creature crawls over your shoulder. And as it does, you feel as the heal spell goes off. So that's 70 hit points.
Cool. Now I'm still missing 71 hit points.
I think that how many heals does she have? They just the one, right?
Ipai has one, and I have one. I think, unless I
You can receive 8 healing when my mushroom ticks.
Hey,
I was just gonna cast heal again, so you can go back out.
I mean, he still gets it. Like, it's not, no one else is hurt, so
yeah, nobody else is hurt, so he's
Yeah.
taking
Yeah.
gets an additional. So that's 78 points of healing, which heals you for the entire failure amount. So he's
Yep.
only 21 off max. I wouldn't use a heal spell for 21 off max or something close to that.
No,
So
I
it's more
my
like
max
that.
is 176. I have 113 right now.
Oh, so he took some damage from the other one that didn't get healed, but from that instance, from this past instance, he went in.
Yeah, I took 45 before and didn't get
Yeah.
anything, and then also another 21,
Yeah, another 21. The
that's-
21 was what I was talking about.
66 damage I took without any heals.
I mean, I can try one of the other things I have.
No, I mean 66 is pretty big. If you wanted to throw a heal, that would put him at full.
Well,
I'm just throwing it
your
out there.
inspiration breath also heals, does it not?
Yeah, I've got a ton of healing stuff.
Yeah, but that's
Goes
does
down.
take spell slot for that.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
You can use
one
breath
breath
points. Just make sure that you mark down all the breath points you've used.
Yeah.
I know this is the start of a long rest, so you get
Yeah.
all your breath points back, but
Yeah. I've been keeping track.
or you get it back however many you get. I think you get like I don't know how many you get in a long rest.
Right.
Doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. Should be similar to Grimm's spores, though.
My notes just say they're returned after a long rest.
Okay.
I can go
That
back
sucks.
into like the expanded notes. If...
His do have a lot more utility than a lot of yours do, so I guess it makes sense that he has to grow his as opposed to just
Mhm.
energy. All right, whatever. Moving on. So it's up to you. Whatever kind of healing you want to do, but just go ahead and throw it on him, and then
It would make sense to use a breath because it does two things, and then I can use another spell to get the difference.
okay. So you're gonna use a breath.
So I will use a breath of inspiration, and that does.
So you are inspired.
Sorry, breath of encouragement, which does 5d6 plus 5. So you get 23 from the breath.
Not bad. 23 points of healing, and you are inspired. As you are tending to Orin's many wounds and beginning to heal his body back, it goes back pretty easily because the Venomous Nectar is constantly sort of healing him from the inside. Not in a tangible way, but not with numbers, but with spirit. And as he is cooling down and you are all drinking lemonade and covering him in snow cones, we're going to go ahead and take our break. So we'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Thanks so much for hanging out. Okay, and so with that, Zanya uses telekinesis and lifts you up out of the ground. She says, "This will make things easier." She just hurls Mitnir down the flaming hallway.
Were
You
we
wanna
ready
try
for
the-
that part?
Haste breath?
And you're ready for it now.
Might as well try a breath. You're gonna get exhausted after, but
No, you don't get exhausted. You just lose a
You
round.
just lose a turn.
oh, okay. Well, then sure.
how long does that one that haste last?
Less a minute.
A minute.
Okay. Go, 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 go.
I don't know about haste. Do I say that you're under the effects of the haste spell?
I think it's because it's a
Yeah, hers actually has it at the end of it,
It
said you
says-
lose a round.
Give a creature you can see haste. It doesn't say cast haste.
You can
Yeah,
argue that
alright.
one either way.
We're trying it out. It's either going to work or it's not. We'll see.
I think it's like mimicking the effects of haste with the breath.
Yeah.
The gate's supposed to be like 35 away.
The idea of the
I do think
But the way it is that
I'm
it's the
gonna shift
wings
it though
that take
because
you
you
along.
just lose a thing. I think when she uses her breaths to give you haste, it gives you exhaustion. I think that is I think that's what I'm changing it to now. I think for balance, because you can get haste for a full minute without concentration on your whole party,
Mhm.
then there needs to be more of a drawback to it. So I will say, yes, it can happen in the fire, but you do know it will impart. It can happen in anti-magic, but it will impart exhaustion afterwards.
Okay. Well,
And that's what happens with things that are homebrewed.
Mhm. that's fair.
Yeah,
When you guys,
trying my own stuff.
whenever you guys are ready,
I would like a heal before I go back in. Not a full
Yes,
heal.
my plan.
just,
My plan was to continue healing.
all right. So we'll say
you
Zanya
after
didn't
anything
hurl
was
you
needed.
out into the fire until everybody was ready, because
That's fine. That's fine.
that's a yeah. If everybody's doing this much, she's not going to hurl you in. Somebody would have stopped her before she did it.
I'm still missing 40 HP. That's like a whole round of fire.
Okay, let's. I was trying.
There's probably potions too.
Yeah. Have my.
You could give him one of your graders
drinking
from
water. No, I get superior now.
give him a superior. Drink a superior
Okay,
healing potion.
Drink a superior healing.
And you get what, 2 of them?
I get 3.
Damn. Yeah, drink a superior healing potion.
I don't have any potions on me, but
No,
I'll
it
take
counts
one
as
of
a
those.
it counts as a superior healing potion.
8d4 plus 8. Am I rolling that, or you?
Doesn't matter. I produce it and I give it.
I will say 3 is too strong. It might have to go back down to 2.
No,
But that's okay.
you can't
3
have
is-
more than one.
3 is too strong.
No.
That is so much extra healing from one ability.
That's all I do. I do
Yeah,
no
but you-
damage.
19 plus
You
8.
equivalent
absolutely
of
could.
what? Kind of
So-
magical item that you're just producing.
Yeah, you're basically you're doing like you're spending like 2,000 gold 3 times a day. So 2 is plenty.
I am the Great Fairy from Legend of Zelda. Thank you very much.
It's 2. Anyways,
No. Why do my thing so mean?
it's not mean at all. You can also brew potions too. Having 2 free ones is fine. You're still so powerful, it's blinding.
Seti, do you have any inspirations?
You have an inspiration from the other one you didn't use, right?
I gave.
I have one from Bropsy, but I used.
You can't have more than one inspiration.
No, they're different.
Not even
things.
from different sources. There's inspiration is inspiration. You can only have it 1 inspiration at a time.
All right.
We're
Well,
at the
one
upper
and then-
limit of your ability to be inspired.
I'm going in.
Inspired.
All right.
And I'm
Okay,
inspired.
good luck.
You get flung.
Yeah,
How many,
I'll let
how many
it-
people are you hasting, Propsy?
Just Mitnir.
We were trying one because we weren't sure what it
All
would
right, see. Yeah, you toss him out there, and as you do, he's hasted. He's moving quick. So go ahead and do what you guys are doing,
Well, we got
in
a
whatever order you choose.
con save, right?
Yeah, as soon as you're into, you're both doing a con save.
$26.
That is success.
Is he-
Success.
Is a 20 a success?
20 is just a success.
Oof. Good.
So you're both going to take half of what he takes. So we're gonna do what's the I hate having to navigate between different places. So you're gonna take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What? Oh, okay.
Probably-
Phew.
I might
No,
not
we're
need to
good.
roll both of these.
37 points of fire damage is what you take, and then you take. It's what Orin takes. And then
Do I
Mitnir,
have
you're
that,
gonna
or-
take. No, you take 37, and he's gonna take.
37.
He's gonna take 18.
Okay. So my first attack is a 26 to hit
Hits.
and 12 damage.
The gate is busted through.
Okay.
And you break free and continue moving,
I will.
I assume.
I'll bonus action step of the wind to move to the next door
Okay.
and use my second attack on that door, which was also a 27 to hit,
Hits.
for 14 damage.
14. All right. I can do math.
I wasn't clear on how well your healing was after the potion, or in.
I got like 27 hit points back, something like that.
I was trying to get you to full. So can we?
So he would have been 13 hit points shy-ish.
Okay.
13, 15,
Okay,
something
and
like
then
that.
an extra cure wounds.
So whatever your difference was between your maximum and she would have gotten you to maximum before you went out. If not that from that, then just Mitnir from the minute you guys sat there,
I got
just
okay. I got 12.
passing you.
Another, yeah, you would have gotten another 8.
Oh.
By the way,
I think I was only missing 13, so I'll just add 13.
roll a Constitution saving throw with advantage, because I'm sure you guys did do dousing, for the spore to see if you gain a heal while you're out there before it burns away.
Come on,
Who, me?
come on, little guy. No,
He's
for
got to roll with advantage.
Mitnir, I guess. Right?
Do
Mitnir.
you want me to roll it, or
No,
do you want
Grim,
him to roll?
it's your
Yeah, Grim
baby.
roll it. It's your
Oh,
spore.
I'll roll him. All right, go little sport. No, he rolled it 50. He's
You
dead.
roll a 15. Yeah, he
As long as it was more than 49, right?
No, it
37.
wasn't. It was 37 with resistance, with a success. So yeah, multiply that by 2. Yeah, it was way more than 49.
He's
It's
dead.
74.
He's very engaged.
So haste doubles our movement speed, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Haste
means-
does, in fact, double your movement speed.
Oh, that means I
So
can.
you're
make
moving
it...
normal distance,
Yeah.
but you've been thrown to here.
Yeah, so that means I can move to the door.
Yes, with normal movement, and now you're attacking.
Yeah, so I will bamf out the blade.
Of
You
Ocanthus.
also get an
Our
extra
way.
attack.
Yeah, once per long rest, because I did do that. Sweet. All right, so yeah, I will switch out to the blade, and I will swing at the door. So that's
Okay.
17 to hit.
Hits.
Keep in mind, though, the magic item is nullified at the moment.
It's fracture.
It's not a magic item. It's something he's creating himself.
Or using the fracture weapon.
Yeah, this weapon is
Yeah,
a
he's
fracture.
using his fracture to attack it instead of...
Instead of switching the shield to a sword and then trying to go
Yeah.
back and forth. I'll just roll the second attack as well, just to make sure. Yeah, that's a 26 to hit.
You get a haste
Yep.
attack as well.
I
Just
will
one
add-
additional hit. Yeah.
I'll just see. Yeah, that hits. So that's a 28. All right, so damage would be 10 plus 9 cold.
Okay.
Does radiant do anything? Because if not, I'm just not going to roll it.
Radiant doesn't do anything to these gates now.
Okay, so I'll just ignore it.
However, you do ignore resistances.
Yes.
So it does take full damage from the ice.
All right, so that was the first one. The second one is 15 slashing and 14 ice.
Wait, how much did you do total with the first?
19.
Thank you. Okay. And the second one
that'd be-
was...
29 total.
Oh, how much is just the second one?
15 damage, 15 slashing, and 14 cold.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it rolled really good.
That's a lot. Yeah. Okay.
And then the third hit would be, another 10 and 9.
Another 10 and 9.
I'm dumb. Oh well. Didn't use the ability, so it's fine.
This gate seems a little bit more sturdy than the last one, but it is taking damage.
Can I...
Oh, actually, that's 10 less too. It's looking pretty beat up, considering, but it is tougher. It's taking more hits than the last one did. The first gate definitely seemed to have less hit points overall than the second one did.
I'm just checking if there's any
What a twist! Who would have guessed?
bonus. Right. Nope, that was my bonus action. I'm done.
Oh, I meant to ask Zanya something before I came out here, and I forgot.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, pass me the keystone.
Zanya's behind you. She says, "Little bird, make me fast."
That's your cue, Burb.
Barb is muted.
Assume she does it.
Okay, so she's gonna go. So she can go. So she's like, "You all attack first. I'm coming the second you're done."
She's like sprinter stance, like
She's ready to attack after you guys finish your attacks for the round. So if she doesn't have to stop at the gate, she won't.
We're done attacking, I think.
This
Yeah,
is for the start of the next round because she used that round to throw Mitnir with telekinesis. So now she's using this round to just sprint. Well, if she has to attack something, she will. But if she doesn't, she's just going to sprint straight to the other side. Okay. Start of the next round, and you both of you are making a Constitution saving throw.
21.
20 again.
Both are successes. However, you're not currently wielding the other fire sword, right? You were running out with it the first time. Or does it? Or
It
does
depends on how
protect you without wielding it, right?
Well, it says holding it, but it depends on how we declare free action switching between weapons going on.
I think if you're switching it and then attacking in the same, you can't switch and attack.
Yeah. So
and
technically,
then switch
this one
back in the same turn.
Right.
Right.
That's why I was like, depending on how you want to interpret it, but I'm fine with it.
I'll say, yeah. So you're not resistant this time, but you did still succeed. So you're both going to take the same amount of damage this time.
Right.
But hey, that did save you from a lot of damage, and you did way more damage than you would have done with just
oh yeah,
whatever the heck that thing is called, Surtur's something. Rage.
Yeah.
38 points of fire damage to both of you.
All right, start attacking.
All right, who's first? Just start wailing.
Yeah, I'm already rolling. It's a 22 and a 30 to hit.
Well, they both hit for sure.
It's 20 damage total for both.
20 damage total for both?
Yeah, both together. It's 20.
Okay. All right.
And let me just see something. Oh yeah, if we get this down, my regular movement should get me across. So I'll bonus action flurry of blows.
Nice. And then you're just gonna save the rest of your movement until after Mitnir goes, because this isn't in combat order.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Mitnir, go ahead and attack.
So 27, 30, 21.
Yeah, they all hit.
So 13 and 12. 9 and 12. And 14 and 12.
Just 12 every time, huh?
Yeah, on the ice damage, yeah, 12 every time. So that's 36 ice.
13 plus
slashing.
You said 36 slashing, 36 ice?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that it?
That's it. That would be. Well, yes. Well, I mean, if I retcon that slightly, I could do reckless, our great master thing. So it'd be -5 to my 2 hit on all of those.
But it would add how much?
It would add 10 damage per attack, so that'd be 30 more damage.
Would you like to have been reckless about this?
Yeah, I mean that's Great Weapon Master. It's what I keep forgetting to do. So I take a
The gate
-5
breaks
to hit.
down with
Yeah.
Great Weapon Master.
Yeah.
So
I don't
you guys
even
watch
need
as
to
he goes
use
in,
my key point then.
and he goes nuts, and he just starts boom, 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 slamming against it. And as he does, the gate bursts, and you watch as Oni says, "Get you later," and she starts running. She needs to make a Constitution saving throw, which I will roll, and she succeeds, so she's going to take half damage, and then she is not in any way resistant to fire damage or immune to it either. So she is going to take the full hit that I'm rolling now.
You still have your full movement, right, Gagnor?
Yeah.
How do I just roll again? Is there a way to just roll the same thing I just rolled using their fucking rolling
I
thing?
don't think so.
Fucking so tired of clicking the same thing 6 times and then rolling it.
Yeah, it's not
There
very
was a way to
GM
just
friendly.
like hit up or something.
All right, so that's 37. It's exactly the same roll, anyways. 37 points of fire damage to Zanya. I think, Elin, you were piloting her, so can you just write that down wherever you're keeping her HP?
Yeah.
And then with that, she's gonna make it all the way to the other side with her haste and her dash.
Can't she also teleport too?
Yeah, but
I
she
don't
can't
even think
teleport
it's
the full
magical.
length.
You said 37?
She can't teleport the full length of it.
Oh, okay. So she could probably just like
She'd still have to touch it because it's further than her teleportation distance. Because her teleportation is 60 feet, and this is like 90 or 100 feet or something like that.
yeah.
It's 90, 90.6, so about 90 feet. A little too far for her to do all at once. But she could have done it without dashing. She could have, like, in theory, done it without dashing.
Okay.
And they just wait till they put the emblem in and
All right,
Yeah, I think-
Zonia's like,
turns off.
so with that, she'll teleport and then use the rest of her distance to make it, and she pushes it in. And as she does, you watch as the door opens, the heat begins pouring through the center. Yep.
Time for the rest of us to run, right?
Nothing changes in the hallway.
Great.
So
Okay.
it's gonna take me it's
Time to
90
go.
feet. So 2 rounds.
With haste from
No,
Dropsy?
no. Well, yeah, because we're dashing, but it's difficult terrain. You're hasted out, right?
I only gave Mitnir and Zanya haste so far.
Okay, so Mitnir
it
and
will-
Zanya have this.
How many
Yeah.
hits
So it's
can she
you got
hit?
like
I don't know if it's worth
92
it for a
feet
run if we get exhaustion.
for that whole. Yeah, you might not want the exhaust.
Yeah.
I mean, I can.
Yeah.
Zonya's like, I feel great. I've got a lot of energy. I can go fast. I can go fast.
I'm just
I can
saying,
go
like,
fast.
if we all have it, we can't cleanse it off of everyone.
No, and we're probably going into a combat after this. So is my guess.
Well, it wouldn't affect combat anyways. Just
Isn't the first one, like,
disadvantage on ability
disadvantage?
checks.
Oh,
On ability
ability
checks.
okay. That's not too bad. Well, difficult terrain means I'm basically going 180 feet with a 60-foot. So
But
that's
Grim
rounds.
is slow. So 40, 40, 40 is 3 rounds of fire damage with a bad con save.
Yeah, me too. Let's do
That's
it!
131 hit points. So
Okay.
I mean, I can give you haste if you want. It would carry over into whatever we do next for, the remainder of the minute.
If you guys want to just, because so far no time has been wasted exactly on anybody else's haste except for the 2 rounds on one and 1 round on the next.
I mean, I probably needed to get across. Stay put.
Yeah. It would
Because
take me
I
2
will-
rounds. I'm okay with tanking that, but
So give Grim haste.
okay.
Clary,
How much-
does Clary need it?
Oh, Cleary too, yeah.
Clary's
Yeah,
going to be
gotta
like,
get
oh,
What if? Hold up. What if
Hmm.
I wouldn't be able to?
Hmm.
Damn. So I could
What?
open my little extra dimensional pocket, and
Mhm.
people
Oh,
could
carry people. They just hold their breath and
people go inside the
Oh.
pocket.
Yeah.
They're totally fine in there. It's a dimension thing, but then I have to use an 8th level spell to get you back out on the other side.
Speaking
And
of
I still have to
interdimensional
survive going
pockets,
across.
Dropsy, you have your necklace.
But is that going to work if we go through it? Like, is
It's
the
a
person going
magical
to
item.
fall back out?
Oh yeah.
I
Because
don't
that's what I thought of. But mine would work. It's just an 8th level spell.
Also, isn't your bag of holding gonna just eject everything in it as soon as you walk in there?
Ooh, that would be bad.
I don't think so.
Orange, just bamf out your
Pretty
line.
sure that's
Be a
what
taxi.
happens in an anti-magic field with a bag holding.
Well, I went through this whole thing with a bag of holding.
I'm not doing that to people. That's just
Okay.
so. That would just be so annoying to have to be like, I carry all of my items across the.
They're catching
No.
fire.
I'm not
Ah.
That's what
DM.
you
You
do
know I'm
if
not
you're
that
like,
DM.
I'm so sick of how much my character. I gave out too many bags of holdings.
And I need my characters to lose all
We
of
need to
their
do a
items.
purge.
If
We need to purge
anything,
some of
it
my
would
items.
temporarily block you from accessing that little pocket thing.
Yeah,
Well,
you
no,
just
but
wouldn't
I
be able
think
to
what
access it.
actually, I think what but I think that's what actually happens with the bag of holding.
But no, a
Yeah.
portable hole would be very useful in this situation because you could close people
Yeah.
up in a portable hole.
I
Anyway,
have one of those, but I'm on the other side.
terrain
He's
plus
already across.
anything-
You'll have to come
Just
back.
sprint back.
Yeah, it's not happening.
Let's see. So with 40 movement, oh, it's not even 40 movement because the item would stop working. So 30 movement.
Are you have a 30 base speed, or are you already like having an what's your base speed?
30. But I'm not going to
Okay.
have the 40 from the item because that's going away.
Right.
So
So you and I are going in lockstep, same pace. Bropsy, what's
30
your deal?
30 feet sprinting.
I can
30,
50
yeah,
foot
33
fly.
with the double movement, right? Yeah.
What's your
If
wait,
you're-
what's
Halved
your
and
fly
then
speed?
double.
If you're hasted,
50.
then you're moving 60 feet sprinting.
Because
Yeah.
I don't think I can take 3 rounds of damage without dying.
Same. I'm gonna bamf out my
Honestly,
symbiotic
getting past
entity.
this floor and all you guys lost is a couple spell slots and a point of exhaustion each. Not too bad.
If
Yeah.
you can use a dash as your hasted action, then you can get across.
I'm gonna do my
Oh.
my temp hit points.
Actually, I forgot that you get an additional action. So yes, that would
It would be
allow you to
action
technically
dash
get across
Dash.
in one
Action
turn. You
dash
still take
again,
one instance.
and then
Yeah,
movement.
But
So-
that
double
would take
action,
us
double
to what?
dash.
We have a
40,
couple of
what,
options.
90 though, right?
One
That would take you all the
is-
way to the other side. It's a 90-foot hole.
In one
Also, you
round.
can get to the other side in one round. I
So
won't
we have a
give
couple
you
of
the 0.8 inches or whatever.
Option A is we all take haste and then we are all exhausted going into whatever's next. Option B is I take haste, the two of you get inside my dimension thingy, and
No,
then
save your 8th level slot. 'Cause
No.
It's better that I spend a 5th level slot in Greater Restore than you spend an 8th level slot.
And if we're having combat after this, we can just zerg into that and use our haste.
I mean haste is only a minute, so it's only gonna
I have
A minute's very
multiple
short.
5th level slots. You have one 8th level slot.
No, you're right.
So, Dropsy has multiple 5th level slots. You have one 8th level slot.
Okay.
The middle distance is shorter than 30 feet.
I'm just trying to figure out, like, because if we do it by rounds, I technically could go back and help. Like, I would take more damage, but then they would take less damage.
Oh no, we're rolling.
And-
We're
Not
rolling,
worth it.
we're rolling
That's
once
okay.
or twice for
If you're all hasted, anybody who is hasted and has a 30-foot movement speed that uses their entire turn to dash twice and run can make it in one round and therefore does it once only. Constitution
and
saving
if
throw.
we weren't hasted, it would be at least what 3.
3.
All right,
Potentially,
Let's do
it
it.
would be 3.
You know what? I'm
Let's
just
do
gonna
it.
solve this whole problem. I'm gonna come back, put
No,
you all
you're
in the
not-
fucking portable hole, and then I'll go back the other way. I can cross
No,
that
we're
whole
not-
thing in one turn.
We don't need you to
Just
come back.
move
We're fine.
dash, bonus action dash.
We don't need you to come back. You're fine.
No, this would save
Right,
all
well,
of
we're
you
already
everything. No, you're not.
We
Boom.
don't.
You're already
Then
hasted.
you don't-
It's fine.
No one
It's
has done
fine.
anything yet.
If we haven't done anything yet, then he's right. It would save a lot of stuff that we could
That-
use later.
Yeah. I think
So-
We can
haste
heal
or
him
the
for pretty
hole are
cheap.
both viable options here.
Okay,
But
how
also,
much
you're
HP
not over,
do you
you're
have?
not over there hearing us have the conversation.
Who,
so
me?
It doesn't
That's
make
not
sense.
true. You can't.
for
That's
you-
true. You can't hear them from where they
But
are.
he
You're not
could be
gonna
over
hear
there
us
like,
through-
fuck the portable hole.
No, it doesn't make sense for you to go all the way over there and then
Yeah.
no, we know that we saw you guys
I
open
would-
it.
Yeah, I would say this. I would say that since you guys, because the
We just
communication
came
with
up
the
with a
rings
plan
is
to do
currently
this.
blocked because of the distance, because you're separated by the anti-magic field, the distance of 90 feet. You're not really communicating that well, especially because there's a roar of flames between you. Probably can't even hear each other.
No, he would have no
I would
idea what's
say-
happening with us.
You wouldn't have any idea what's happening with them. I would
We
say
can make
I
our
Except that we
agree
plan
haven't
it-
shown up on the bridge
I
yet.
agree that it would be meta. You may come to the conclusion that the portable hole is a good choice, and then start running back. But there's nothing to stop them from, in that same time, also just running through the
We're not
fire.
going to sit there and be like, you know what, Oren might come over here and get to the
Yeah,
portable
yeah,
hole.
yeah.
We're just going to go on our own and haste across.
I like
It's
the more
fine.
like, can they see us at the far side? Did
Shit.
they see the
I
door
think
open?
Eventually,
So-
Oren might decide. No, like we're going to go ahead with haste.
Yeah,
It doesn't make sense
yeah.
to wait
I
for
think
Oren.
I think it is
potentially,
realistic
maybe.
that even though it was definitely the best option, to say that you guys, because you didn't plan it out before you crossed, it's just it might be too meta to set it up now.
Yeah, it's,
So with that, if you guys are doing the haste thing, eat 3 breath points or however many breath points it costs you, Bropsy, and everybody sprints. I need you all to make a Constitution saving throw each. Actually, no, it's
Failed.
it's a breath for each one. So
Mhm.
if you're doing it for yourself and for Cleary,
I was debating doing it for myself because I do have fire resistance and I can do it in 2 turns.
where's your fire resistance from?
My tattoo.
Which is technically considered a magical item.
Oh,
Tattoos are magical items in this game.
gotcha.
even if it's a feat.
If it's from a feat from your class,
Well, we did them as a feat.
you do we
Like the
put
way-
them as a feat,
But
but
only
that's
because
just
that
to
was
get
the best
them
way to do it.
on
That's
the
sheet.
character sheet. They're technically considered a magic item because Cleary's AC is considered a magical item. He has a barrier tattoo that's considered a magic item,
Gotcha.
and he's attuned to it. He has to attune.
We
for
just
that.
did them as a feat because that made the that was-
Correct. So unfortunately, that is also shut down. So you are dealing with the same level of fire that they are.
Okay.
Just so you
And
know.
and
So
thus far the rolls have been like 40-ish.
Well, they've been up to 70. We failed.
if you,
Okay.
fail, if you
Okay.
fail the Constitution,
I will
saving
use
throw,
another
it's-
breath for myself. That sucks, but there we go. Everyone
Alright,
gets
so,
haste.
So it's 4 breaths, but everybody gets haste.
Yep.
All right. So with that, hey, use them while you got them, right?
Mhm.
So with that, everybody does get through. Everybody also makes a Constitution saving throw. Please. Go roll
I
clears.
failed.
You failed.
You have an inspiration.
Are you kidding me?
Said he gave everyone one at the beginning.
Oh.
No.
Yes, you did.
How?
Said he?
Arctic.
Before we even started punching the doors, she said everyone has an inspiration.
Oh, I don't know how she did that. Because she usually only
Okay, I'm
sends
back.
out like 1 inspiration at a time. But yeah, all right. Cool. I'm going to roll a, what is it, D12 or D10, babe, for your inspiration?
D12.
Let's see if that saves Cleary.
I guess it can save. Oh, actually, I
Not
don't have
even worth
advantage
it
on that
for me.
anymore. But that's okay.
Exactly saves Cleary for a 20.
Oh.
What are we
that saves
rolling? What am
me.
I doing?
Con.
Con
DC is
save.
only 20. Ropsy, so if it's within 12, if you failed and it's within 12.
I got a 6 because I rolled a nat 1.
Oh, not 1 auto fails. Yeah, so you're taking the full damage.
I got a 16.
No, you have to get 20.
Okay.
So I will roll.
But we're only doing it in
we'll
one
have to
round,
roll the
right?
full
So-
damage.
Yeah, it's like, are you guys making it all the way across in one round?
Yep.
Yes, they are.
That's
Okay.
the goal.
That's
The benefit of doing it in one round, though, is that
Yeah.
we shouldn't.
only once.
We're not going to die from one tick
So
of
one.
it, no matter how bad it is.
I'm gonna do the big damage and then reduce from there. Oh boy.
Yeah, 88's not going to kill any of us in one round.
Dropsy, you take 88 points of damage.
Yep.
Anybody who beat a 20 takes 44 points of fire damage.
Sorry, how much if you didn't beat that?
88.
88.
And that's already halved for resistance?
No. Where are you getting your resistance from?
The bangle.
Magic items turn
Okay.
off.
Okay, I'm alive, but I come through just
Scorched.
just
Clary like
immediately
tries to cover you with your
faceplant.
cloak, like with his cloak near the end as you're like bursting through. He like tries to cover you with his cloak and like get to the other side. He's patting you down. He's like, "Are you okay?" Just like checking your face and.
I'm okay.
She says,
I didn't know you guys were so flammable.
I
Then we'll-
truly thought water was the
Then we'll
worst,
go
and
first.
I know now it's fire. Fire in water shape, worst thing.
Is my canteen like okay? Because like douse ourselves with our canteens, fine.
Oh, that gives you
But-
advantage if you douse yourself with the canteen.
Oh,
So try
I told
again.
you guys that beforehand.
forgot about it. It was more
Okay,
than
well,
like
We only
but
have
it didn't
10
matter.
canteen.
That means that
it
you've
mattered
won,
for
though,
me. It mattered
because you rolled a
Well, you
natural
still-
1 on her con.
Didn't you still roll?
What'd you
less
roll
than
on
a
your
20?
second one?
16 plus my inspiration. 20.
Exactly.
20.
Well, then
exact.
whoever
that saves
failed
her
gets
44
the-
hit points.
Saves me
What about you,
44
Seti? Did you use an
hit
inspiration?
points.
You can't give yourself inspiration.
No,
You
I
can
can't.
spare yourself.
I did have-
Rob,
I did
then-
have one from
then
Dropsy
whoever
from-
needs
yes,
the
last
heal
week.
can have a heal. So then. Oh wait,
But
you
if-
I
still
would
have
say
the
you have. If
inspiration?
you haven't used it, it's still there. It because it was from last week, but it's only been like an hour, and even with the long rest, that wouldn't go away because that was like a time one.
Okay,
until you
so
use
then
it,
yes,
it's
I
not
did
used.
succeed. So I will heal
Well,
44
then neither
hit
of you are
points.
getting
Yeah.
my level 6 heal spell.
No.
I
But
was
I did
gonna
also-
hold up.
Yeah.
When we get to the other side, how fucked is everyone? Because I can do a mass cure wound.
They're 44 damage fucked.
Mhm.
I'm missing 75 health.
I'm
Okay.
missing like
Oh,
50.
okay.
Okay, I am going to do a mass cure wounds, and then we'll go from.
Well, I
there.
can do one too then, because that'll.
Oh.
Okay, so go ahead and move yourselves to the other side. You make it to the stairs, and then as you pass through the barricade, the heat beginning to dissipate from above and give way to the point where you know that you can proceed up the stairs to the next floor. Whenever you guys are ready, move yourself back to
22
the.
on my mass cure wounds.
Okay, so you've got
I don't
22
know what
mass cure
Dropsy
wound.
is.
Opsy, what's yours? I'm gonna move you guys actually to the bottom side for this.
I'm trying to math out whether to do a 5th or a 6th level. I'll do a.
Well, don't
sixth.
meta it too much.
It's for a 1d8. It's a 4.5 average difference.
Well, mine didn't do a whole great, so 19.
All right, so I dragged everybody down. Don't forget to heal Zanya. How much was that total from you guys? 41? Yeah, Clary's quite pleased with your healing.
Then what? Orin still needs something, right? So we'll give Orin a 3rd level cure wounds.
Okay. Is that
And
it for
that's
everybody?
another 27 for Orin.
Mhm.
He should be pretty close to good.
Yeah, we're
Does mass-
missing about 7.
It was 19
What?
for the mass cure wounds.
And
It was
22.
41
And
for
22.
both. We
And-
each did a mass cure, so
Oh,
41.
okay, yeah. There were so
Yeah.
many numbers going by. I was like, I don't know
Yeah.
what's what. Okay, so I'm 3 points shy of max, which is pretty good.
Same.
Okay. So with that, does anybody have anything they want to do before we head to the next floor?
I'm going to
It's
get
clear.
the portable hole ready. No, I'm just kidding.
All right. Well, you've got your portable hole. You know where it is in your pack. Are you guys
I
ready to
totally
go?
forgot I had that until you guys mentioned it.
Yeah, I think
This is why anytime we're problem solving, you look through your inventory as well as your spells.
The problem with the portable hole, though, it's considered a container, so it doesn't list it in your inventory. It lists it as like a backpack or
Gotcha.
some
That-
other shit like that. So I have to
be the
scroll
barbarian.
down.
Give all your items to
I
someone
mean,
else.
if it's a backpack, then could you like make a custom item that says portable hole and put it inside your actual
Yeah.
portable hole?
Yeah. That would work.
I mean,
Or anything else that you could see it
I
in?
don't know.
no.
All right. Let's move on. So, unless anybody says otherwise, I assume you're climbing to the next floor
We're going
because
up.
I've asked enough times
Yep.
now.
Time to go.
With no response. Okay. As you step onto the next floor, you walk in. It is mostly stonework floor. There does not appear to be much of anything except for the normal accoutrement of the room and a massive pit of lava in the middle of the room.
Statues on either side.
Yeah, those are in every floor.
Oh, they're just there.
Yeah, they've been there on every floor.
They're just nothing of note there.
Yep. And as you guys reach this floor, you hear, "Prove your might." And at that moment,
Okay.
you hear only you, Mood. Only Mitnir hears, "I knew I left it somewhere." And you watch as burning, molten fingers begin coming out of the lava. It says, "The rest of my essence." And as the head begins to lift out, you see the face of Surtur, made entirely out of molten magma, lifting up out of this space. He says, "Everything that was taken from me when I was placed in that prison, the rest of my power." And you watch as a massive, burning giant lifts out of the
Just the
magma.
group
He
goes,
says,
"It's Surtur."
and he says, "I wish you the best of luck." And you can feel him smiling. If you would like to position yourselves a little bit into the room, as this thing lifts onto the ground out of the magma, let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Oy.
Damn, son. That's a big fire, dude.
I rolled a crappy initiative again, as always.
I rolled maximum initiative.
What is your initiative?
Goes first, even though he
sir?
rolls minimum.
Your initiative is not that great because
Has it
nothing
been a
says you're
full minute
proficient.
yet?
It has not been a full minute. However, I will tax you 2 rounds to make it up to this floor. So however much is left is how much haste you have.
So
Okay.
we're 3 out of 7 rounds into it.
Mhm.
Or sorry, 3 rounds in, 7 rounds left.
Well, she could only do 1 per round. So technically she prepped you
so
all.
some of us are
1, 2, 3, 4. So
Okay, so
Mitnir
I
was
have
first,
7
then
rounds left.
Zanya, then one of Sethi, Grim, and Cleary.
yeah. So try using that to keep track because she can only do 1 of them per round
Okay.
technically.
Well, Grim was first, so he probably has like 5.
Grim was first, so he has.
Mitnir was first, technically.
Mitnir was first.
Yeah.
Before, so you probably have 5 left. I think Mitnir has 3
I probably
left.
have like 3 or 4, depending on
I think you
whatever
have
the math
3 left.
was.
I think you have 3 left. Orin never got haste, right?
No, I didn't.
Correct.
So yeah, Mitnir, you've got 3. And then it's starting
Zanya would
with-
have 4.
Sonya would have 4, and then 5 for Grim, 6, 7.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense because you were all taxed 2.
So
You are-
Minier has 4, Zanya has 5, Grim has 6.
That's the
Clearing
exact
has 7 and
opposite. You were taxed 2, so you'd be lower, not higher.
The
Going the
person
wrong
with the
direction.
most haste left should have 7, right? Because it was 1 round to get across, and then 2 rounds to get up
Yes.
the stairs.
Ah,
so-
okay.
But
So let's
highest is
count down from
7.
7.
Dropsy's the
So
highest.
if Bropsy, you're 7, then we've got SETI at 6, Cleary at 5, Grim at 4, Zanya at 3,
Why
Mitnir is
am-
at 2.
Oh no, I did get. Never mind.
Yep. That sounds
Maybe
right.
you
I
have
forgot
2
I gave it
rounds
to
of haste
myself.
left.
I forgot.
Right. Okay, so if I have 2 rounds of haste, and I didn't bomb out my sword until I got to the second gate, which was haste. Okay,
How
so
long
I've
your
got-
sword's gonna last? So your
Yeah,
last,
I'm
your
like,
sword's
fuck.
lasting. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. You've used 4 rounds of your sword,
Okay, so I
I
have.
think. 6 rounds left.
Well, no, I've got fewer.
No,
I think
'cause
I've got like 3, because I had one more than haste essentially.
Gotcha. Okay.
What?
So with that, initiative. Oh,
31.
cool. Thank you. That'll make it a lot easier for me just knowing you're going first. Anyone between that and 25? 20.
21.
Rossi's at 21. Nobody else 20 or above?
Nope.
Okay. All right. List them out. Who's above 15?
18.
18 as well. I
She
got a
goes
plus 3
before me.
dex.
Okay. So we've got Seti, 18, and then Mitnir, 18. Okay. Ooh, I never rolled for Cleary because I have too many people. Did you roll for Zanya?
Yep.
What did she roll?
8.
She sucks.
I think Grim.
I'm at 10.
10. Yeah.
Okay. Cleary rolled a 12. So is that the rest of the order then? Cleary 12 is next on the list.
Yep. Then Grim. Then Zanya.
Cool. So with that, Warren, take it away. We're gonna get through 1 round of combat before we have to stop, maybe.
Well, my action is going to be Lord of Light.
Fair.
I'll move. Let's see. How far can we go? We got 65 feet, so we can go over by his hand. Sure, we'll go over to this hand. Bonus action. I guess I will shoot one of the diadem of light beads or whatever that is.
It's 44 damage. That means my lava's still up. My bubble, or my, well, no, I didn't activate one on myself, did I? Never mind, I'm not
27 to
rid of
hit.
that.
27 to hit. It does hit, yes.
Ooh, that's low damage. 14 radiant damage. Is it radiant damage? Yes, radiant damage.
Actually trying to figure out exactly how many hit points he has, which is... There it is.
Billion.
No, I'm not giving him the max. All right, so how much did you hit?
14 radiant damage.
14 radiant. Let's check radiant.
My guess is like at least in like the 500 range. Big boy.
Okay. It hits him. It damages him.
Yep, that's it. I'm done.
Cool. Well, babe? No, Propsy?
I think now is a good time to use a spell that I've been wanting to play with. Since I believe Orin is immune, I can cast Sunburst.
Okay.
Hoping that'll do something to him.
What does Sunburst do?
Con
Radiant
saving
damage and
throw.
blind.
12d6 radiant damage.
Okay.
Con save is 18.
The con save is 18.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he succeeded.
Yep,
Do-
I figured, but it's half damage.
I was gonna say, where is that going off? And technically, I might be in range.
It's. I checked.
Okay.
You need to draw what the area of effect is on the board so that
Okay.
we know where it is. Or is it just burst once?
It's just
First
once.
It's once.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
I just didn't know
So
like where
big
the monster
explosion of
is.
light on top of him. Go ahead and
yeah.
roll damage. I assume it does half damage to him.
Okay, yeah. Oh god, I closed my tab instead of shifting over. Oh yeah, 12.
I would need to roll, but I'm immune to radiant, so I think I'm fine.
Yeah, that's the only reason I'm doing this. Wow, okay, I'm big sad. 42, but he takes half. I'm
Still good.
incapable of doing damage.
Okay.
I used an 8th level spell for that. I was so excited to do it. I was so excited.
Ouchies.
Hey, he's a big guy. That's all I gotta say.
I'm having a bad day is all it is. It's a bad
I'm sorry.
day for me.
All right. So with that, moving on, it's Searcher's turn.
Are you moving at all, Brupsy?
Oh, yeah, I suppose I should. / must.
Yep.
No, I technically don't have to must, because that was a big range, but I will move somewhere. Where will I move? I will move somewhere over here-ish. Yeah. Good enough.
So he's gonna go, and as he does, lava is just going to fly from his mouth in a 90-foot cone, hitting everybody except maybe he'll move first. I think I could hit all of you if I try hard enough. 90-foot cone. I can just hit all of you except for Ropsy and Orin. I think so that's what I'll do. Clearly, Cleary is going to use Absorb Elements the second this happens. So
So is Grim.
wherever Absorb Elements is, there it is. Just like, did she take half damage or?
Half damage.
Okay, cool.
Just makes you resistant.
Gotcha. So he's gonna do that for fire for sure. Just cast it. And then yes, so he's gonna hit everybody else. So I need everybody to make a saving throw dexterity.
I don't want to.
17.
With it, no, I don't have advantage. Why did I roll with advantage? Even with advantage, I rolled a 5 when I accidentally rolled with advantage.
Sonya got a 19.
19? Okay. So yeah, I think you all fail. right? Except, would
It's
you
the
roll? Would
DC.
you roll again? Would you roll again, Warren?
Zanya?
Orin didn't roll.
Oh,
19.
Warren's not in it.
No, Orin's
Okay,
not.
sorry. Yeah. Now the DC's 25.
Nice.
Yeah,
So I think
can
you all
only-
failed.
I have to nat 20 that to even pretend.
Yeah.
Zanya could legendary
Said he
resistance.
rolled?
Zani would use her legendary resistance, then yes.
Yeah.
Babe, did you roll?
Dex.
Dexterity saving throw?
I didn't see the cone.
Clear rolled a
like,
nat 20.
Oh,
I got a nat 1.
So he takes half of his half. Because the resistance won't bring it down to 0 because he doesn't have, but it will half the half. Okay. So we'll take that amount. Okay. Then we're going to do, I'm just going to roll it on Cleary's. A lot of ones, a lot of tens. Hello? Math? Hello? Hello? The total? 69 points of fire damage. And you are all restrained, anybody who failed, as the lava that pours out solidifies as solid rock.
Good stuff.
nuh-uh.
And as Surtur finishes, like, basically vomiting lava on all of you, he just goes... And then he's going to go and do one slam attack against Orin. So there's no way that he misses you.
So
That's a
he's
natural
frozen.
20.
Okay. That'll hit then.
Yep, I think so. Let's do. I can actually roll real dice for this. It'll be faster. Once I find them. So that's 32 points of force damage. And then he's gonna swing with his second fist attack. No, he's not. He's gonna hurl a lava ball at Bropsy, just so he hits you all.
That's not nice.
That's another natural 20. I kid you the fuck not.
Oh.
All right, that is not too bad. 42 points of bludgeoning damage. And 18 points of fire damage.
Resistant bitch.
And I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Hold up. 42 bludgeoning, you said, and then 18 some 9 fire. And strength save?
Yes.
Oh! A 20?
Fortunately, that is still not enough. You are knocked prone.
God damn it.
With that,
rolled a
as this
19 or
hulking
something.
mass of fire and rage stands above you, the words echoing in your mind, "Prove your might." Surtur within the sword says, "It is so good to see my power once more." And as this thing roars at the sky, that's what we'll end our session for today.
Ugh.
Great.
Thanks for hanging out, guys. You have a big fight ahead of you tomorrow, and we'll be starting with Surtur. Or at the end of, we'll be starting with Seti after Surtur had gone. But I wanted you just to get an idea of how powerful he was before we start. So with that,
Alrighty.
or ended. That makes more sense. With that, guys, thank you so much for hanging out. We love you, and remember, We did it for the rolls.
We did it for the rolls.